right, Dan, we've got someone on the line, haven't we?
We have, and I'm excited about this because for weeks and weeks, well, in fact months, you said we want more football in the show.
I did.
Obviously, we're in the middle of lockdown. It's hard to get community football, but I've managed to get hold of the chairman of Inter Plymouth Football Club. So, can you hear me, Gabe?
Hi.
Hi, Gabe. Have I pronounced your name right to start off with?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, everyone gets it wrong, so you've done pretty well there.
Brilliant. So can you tell us who you are and what you do at the football club, please?
So my name's Gabe. I'm the chairman at Inter Plymouth and kind of just overseeing everything. It's all voluntary, so we've got lots of people who are doing lots of different things. So I'm just kind of like keeping everyone in line, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Brilliant. Is it a tough job?
It's not tough when you've got such lovely people that you're working with. When you're doing it with your friends, it's just so much better as well.
Well, brilliant. Well, when I was doing my research, and I found a couple of weeks ago, I found out about your club and looked on your Facebook, and I think I had a quick look on the website that you had. I really loved the fact that you're quite new, only established in 2017, and the journey that you sort of underwent from taking what I remember as like a youth team up into a different senior team. Can you explain it and tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so we're all coming to the end of school and realised that like if we wanted to keep on playing football, we were going to have to make an adult side. And we were at the side before, and they said that they didn't want to take on the adult side. So we realised that we were going to have to make our own club. And obviously you can imagine, like, starting from scratch, there is a lot that you need to do. Like,
Yeah.
for starters, even finding somewhere to play, getting actual players into your club, because at the time everyone's moving off to uni and going their own ways. So there's just a core group of us kind of left over.
Yeah.
But it's grown from there, and all of us, all the team are really good mates. And I think that's one of the most important things, to make sure that you're actually enjoying playing, no matter what, is that you've got that group of players that you're with that are really close friends on and off the pitch, and that's what we try to build at the club.
Well, I think it's a brilliant story. So you all come from an under-18s team, and there wasn't an adult team, so you decided to make your own. How did that look in terms of, do you get much support from the FA? Do they like provide templates for policies, etc. you might need, or is there a process you need to go through?
Well, our club secretary's been amazing. I'm sure he'll be blushing now listening along. Ken, he's done near enough everything himself pretty much from scratch.
Yeah.
There's so much that you need to do. Like, signing on a player can take like 10-15 minutes, filling out all the forms, and you'd be surprised by the amount of paperwork just to sign on one player for a Sunday League football side. But, you know, he's done it all, and registering us with the league, and actually we had no idea what even the league in Plymouth was. Like, we were going into it completely blind, but as soon as we got in contact with the league, they were very helpful with, you know, getting us on board, and they're very keen for new teams all the time, so I think they're excited to have a new team entering. And so actually getting into the league was probably the easiest part. The most difficult part is kind of finding the players.
Yeah, so with lockdown obviously hitting us back in March last year, that probably put the sliders, I would imagine, on a lot of the stuff you were doing. Have you been doing stuff to keep the guys engaged during that period?
Well, as soon as we kind of went into lockdown, everyone had no idea how long it was going to last. And we knew we wanted to keep just the lads entertained and like involved with the football club. So I kind of put upon myself to start making kind of a lockdown quiz that was a new one pretty much every week that the lads had to do, with some prizes to be won when we actually got back to playing, which was eventually in the summer. And I think we had something like 20 of the lads joining in, so that
Brilliant.
was like good to keep the team spirit up and actually keep everyone involved with the club. And then when it came to actually coming out of lockdown and stuff started to be eased, we'd been playing on a council pitch up at Stadiscombe for our entire existence at that point. And it was July when we started to come out of lockdown properly. For the first time, we actually got our own pitch. So we've now got our own home ground that's kind of ours to look after.
You still at Stadiscombe, or have you moved?
We've moved from Stadiscombe up to Roborough, so it is quite a difference. But the Roborough pitch is kind of ours to maintain, cut the grass, everything. So over the summer, when we were still in lockdown, not really back yet playing football, we were working on that really hard, and we had loads of the lads up there giving a hand to whatever jobs needed doing. So we've been occupied throughout, and whilst we're not playing football, it's trying to keep the lads just feeling like they're still part of the club, because obviously lockdown can be quite isolating, and being away from the people you see every week, it's challenging, and I'm sure all the lads will agree that they miss playing football. So it's trying to get as close to that as possible without actually getting out on the pitch.
No, that's fair. So what are the plans then? Obviously Boris has made his little announcement about a potential return to grassroots sports. I think it's on the 29th of March. Have you guys got plans to start getting together, training and playing potentially?
Well, hopefully, obviously, March 29th, the day is done, is a Monday. So you'd like to think that hopefully we can be playing games by the Sunday, but after so many months out, you're going to need a little bit of a pre-season to get everyone back warmed up and training and avoiding injuries. We're going to try and set the lads a few challenges that they're probably going to hear about for the first time now, before then, to get themselves fit and ready to come back. And we'll get straight back into it, try and get as much training in as possible. I know everyone will be dying to play football again, and get back to it. We're all desperate to get back playing. At the moment we're unbeaten in nearly half a year, but I don't think that's anything to do with our actual ability, and it's more to do with the lockdown. But we're all looking forward to getting back to it, and hopefully soon we'll know more from the league about when we're going to be playing games and how often we're going to be playing them, because I'm sure it will come thick and fast. We've got to finish the season by the end of June, so there's a lot of games still to play, but I'm sure everyone will be keen for it.
Well, we think it's brilliant. We love the fact you're a newly established team. So just a couple last questions from us. How can people follow the team and see how you're getting on, and what's the best way to do that? And have you got room for new players? If so, how can they get involved?
We're really active for a grassroots team across social media. I think we've got a big presence on Facebook, where if you search into Plymouth, I doubt much else is going to come up. And then Twitter and Instagram as well, under exactly the same thing. And then we've been filming, before lockdown, we've been filming some of the games. So if you want to check out what it's like to play for us, then searching into Plymouth on YouTube will be the first thing that comes up.
Brilliant. I had a little look actually, Gabe, sorry to interrupt you, but I think it was the best goals or all the goals, and the first 5 of them were penalties, right?
Quite a few penalties, because before we weren't really recording it. I only started recording, I was out injured for a long time, so I started filming some of the games. But before that, it was kind of just we'd pick up the camera whenever we got a penalty, and so half the goals we've actually got on camera are penalties. So
that's some crackers.
Well, some of the penalties are, I think, pretty decent penalties. I know Charlie Panel feels like he's a bit of a specialist, so I'm sure he'll be glad that he's got a mention.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like I did say to you, this show, although we're in lockdown and obviously at the minute there's not that much community sport going on, as it picks up, this show was created mainly by Kevin to promote and raise awareness of these grassroots clubs. So we're here for you. So any time you want to come back on the show, you want to mention anything you want us to advertise, please get in touch with me.